Over $1,000 worth of work. Nothing's even broken. I don't even know why this thing is here. Let's find out, guys. Let's get started. (2012) Toyota 4Runner. Actually in very good condition. We're going to show you under the hood here in a minute. It's been very well maintained. These are bulletproof. You guys already know that in the 4Runner world, in the Toyota world. I actually really like this generation of 4Runner. I've always wanted one. It's just that when I went to go look for one, they were 30 and 40 grand. Those prices are starting to come down, but as we know, Toyotas command a premium because it's known worldwide, literally worldwide, that they are some of the most reliable vehicles on planet Earth. And you can take that to the bank. So why is this thing here? The front suspension is basically getting rebuilt with a lot of parts the customer supplied. And there was no talk of anything being broken or no reason why. He just said, here's the parts. Give me an estimate to do the job. I just want it done. This is one of those situations, and I've been through this many times, where you don't really ask questions. The customer wants it done. They're flashing the cash at you. But there's some catches that need to be talked about. We'll talk about here in a minute. Before we dive into all that, let's take a look around this 4Runner. Here's the front of this 4Runner, a face seen around the world. They are all over the entire Earth. Very nice vehicles. You can see we already have the front suspension apart. Junior Mint's tearing into this thing. Some of it's already going back together. We're going to show you those details here in a minute. But the body on this is in very good shape. It's a silver color. It does have the charcoal or dark black colored cladding, which is the way I would prefer it. We seem to always get silver vehicles, Mrs. Wizard. Yeah, light colored is a very popular color right now, whites and silvers. But it's in very good condition. Let's go ahead and hop under the hood. Here is our 4-liter V6. Definitely a trooper in the world of engines. I would trust this engine to go anywhere, any place, anytime. They got plenty of power. They're very rugged, very reliable. And they're very easy to work on, actually. They're not hard at all to work on. Go ahead and lift up this little lid here. We can see underneath there's our intake. It's kind of folded over the valve cover. So if you had to do valve cover gaskets, you would have to remove this intake manifold. It kind of makes it hard to get the valve cover off when it's in the way. But otherwise, there's our thermostat right there. 3 nuts, easy to get to. Our fan, our belt, alternator, everything on this vehicle is not some huge undertaking to service or repair them. It's very easy to work on. One thing that I've always questioned is they have this electronic brake booster. There's no vacuum lines going to your engine. It's all electronic, ABS, a huge gizmo with everything built in. But amazingly, they've had no trouble. They really are pretty reliable too. One thing that's installed on here is this little box. It says EMP Shield Model DC12VW. I have no idea what that is. Let me know in the comments, guys. What does that thing do? Is it actually a magnetic pulse shield or something? I don't know. You guys might know what it is. Let me know. We see a brand new interstate battery. And there's furthermore evidence of maintenance that I really love to see. So all these things I'm going to show you is nothing of it is factory, but it's very essential to do. Write down the service and maintenance underneath the hood, so there's no question in the future if it's been done. We see here, there's that EMP device was installed. Again, I have no idea what that does. You guys will have to let me know. We see -34 on the antifreeze and 22. See headlamp assembly was replaced left and right. We see front and rear brakes. We see rear shocks. Front hub assembly, bearings, serpentine belt. It's starting to wash away over here, starting to fade. It says front washer pump in 21. Again, you can go back over with a marker if you see fading going on to make sure it's legible. We see an oil change, 44,000 miles, and another one. They have some other services, Mobile One 0W20, BG 44K, all these different things that were done. We can see air filter, 207K 623. So we see 207,000 miles in air filter. That's right. This thing is in really pretty good shape, and it has 244,000 miles on it. There's a lot of GMC Acadias and Buick Encores and pieces of trash on the road. They would not be in this good condition and this reliable at this age in life, but this Toyota is. One thing you don't see anything paint marker wise is timing belt. That's because the 4-liter doesn't have one. It has timing chains, and Toyota Lexus has gone to timing chains now, so we're getting away from the timing belts, which is good, which you don't have to mess with or do any kind of services with it. So not much else is going on under the hood. Mrs. Wizard will show you guys the interior and that really awesome mileage on the cluster.
Well, ladies and gents, if you like orange, this is a gauge cluster for you. And back there it does say 244,324 miles. Wow, that is a lot. And this thing is going to show a little bit of wear on it with that many miles, but it's still in really good condition in here. Love the gauge clusters though, even though it is quite orange. But as we move back, it's looking nice. Maybe some dust motes back there, but that's about it. As we move up, dash is in very good condition. I don't see anything broken, nothing spilling out. We have our vents, we have our glove box. It does say audio off right now because we don't need that interjecting into our video here, but I love the very large scale buttons. That is quite impressive. As we move down, we have a very large and simple controls there with 3 dials controlling how fast it's blowing, where it's blowing, and what temperature it is. So, okay, that's pretty easy to maneuver and handle. As we move down, you'll see we have an aux port. We have a standard cigarette style lighter, adapter as well, and a nice little spot to hold a few things, which is holding their garage door opener. As we move back, you'll see our range selector for our transmission. We have our gear selector, have a couple of tire gauges, and here we have our very useful if you're off-roading, I guess, a CB radio. So you get to our center section, here's a little bit of that wear stand, and we do have an elbow spot here on that center armrest, but if we look in here, love it. I've not seen this before, and it is nicely locked like that. A nice consolevault.com. Not advocating for them, they're not paying for us to be here today, but I love that as an option to make sure what you keep in the center console stays safe. As we move over to our seats, they are in pretty good condition with this many miles. Looks like he listens to Bush, got a little bit of Leonard Skinner on there, got some good music selections there, but seats in good shape. Door card, same case, looking fabulous, nothing broken, nothing, out of place, maybe a few finger smudges, but that's about it. As we get to our back seat, well, we're in cargo mode at the moment, but I do love what's in that very back cargo section. I love those mats that can contain whatever you put back there. And if you get a mess in there, you can just take it out and hose it off. Love, absolutely love that. Wow, this is a really big steering wheel. Love it, but it's awfully large. I have very simple controls on each side, but that's about it for this interior review. Let's go ahead and get out there and see what the Wizard's doing. Wizard, where did you go?
I'm over here, Mrs. Wizard.
Oh, hey, there you are.
Checking out Mrs. Wizard's really sweet part work. She got a whole new batch worked up for you guys. There's an eBay auction going on that ends November 12th. There's a link in the description. There's going to be some awesome Christmas gifts for somebody this year. She put a lot of heart and soul into these. They turned out really, really good. So make sure to hit that link in the description. Every time she makes a batch, they sell out fast, and really, really appreciate the hard work she's done on these. So let's head back to that 4Runner. These are excellent, excellent off-road vehicles. Unlike most SUVs today that claim to be off-roaders, but they have a unitized body where the body is the frame, the 4Runners still harken back to the old school body on frame, truck frame. It has a real honest-to-God frame on it. And they don't chintz out and cheap out either on the underneath. Listen. No chintzy, cheap Chinese plastic here. This is all steel. We don't see any leaks going on from our radiator core area. Nothing's going on there in the core support. We do see some suspension work going on. The CV boots are not cracked or broken. The brakes are in good shape. Let's check out. They're about like 90% remaining. We see the old suspension. We see the old strut and control arm on the upper part there is intact still. We're working to get those removed. CV boots are good. Brakes are 90%. Not a drip or a leak to be found. Oh, wait a minute. I did find one. Here it is.
The crush washer?
Yes, the crush washer on, someone did an oil change and maybe didn't put a new crush washer, but that's not a huge deal. It's not loose. Here we have our transmission, not leaking. I'm pretty sure it's been serviced with all the data we have underneath the hood. Here's our cats intact. Transfer case is all good. It has its own little shield here as well. The front drive shaft is good. Rear drive shaft, nothing's loose there. And look, more metal, no chintzy plastic. We see a beefy, girthy frame here. A real deal frame. I really like that. Continuing back to the rear axle, we have a little actuator as part of the differential. Nothing's leaking there. It's all operating well. This is a big third member, Mrs. Wizard.
That is quite impressive.
We are putting new shocks in the back. It has Bilsteins on it. There's really nothing wrong with them, but the customer supplied new ones. We'll show you those here in a minute. Check our brakes. Like 90% in the back as well. We're putting new shocks on. The panhard bar is in good shape. Brakes are 90%. Nothing leaking from axle seals or brakes or anything going on like that. No drips from our differential. And our spare is full of air. 244,000 miles. And really not a drip to speak of, other than the oil change little crush washer deal. Nothing. There are a lot of brand of cars out there that would be at this mileage and at this age and be dripping all over the place. Not a good old Toyota. Let's get this thing on the ground. So here we have the old strut and the old control arm, and there was nothing wrong with them. Take a look, guys. Here's our Bilstein shock. It's made by Toyotech, which is also, the new parts are made by the same company. I think they've just gotten old and the customer wants them replaced. Here's our upper control arm. The bushings were still good. They're not cracked. The ball joint is still good. It's not loose or anything. But the customer wants us to yeet them out and put in these upgrades. These are also Toyotechs, but they have a very nice ball joint built in with a greasable grease zerk there. And instead of using this rolled steel, kind of a formed steel, these are tubular and with some very nice rubber bushings that are also greasable. The grease zerks get screwed or bolted, threaded into here. Very, very much an upgrade. Here's our new Toyotech struts that have adjustable ride height and firmness and everything on the spring here, just like the old ones did. So very, very nice units here. I really like the quality. They look very high quality. I don't know much about Toyotech. I called it Toyotech. It's actually called Toytech. Let me know in the comments, guys. Is this a good brand? Is this somebody you would recommend for the Toyota? I don't get into modified aftermarket type off-road things that much here. We're happy to help this customer get these parts installed there. But there's some caveats to it. We're going to talk about those now. So there's two caveats or two catches here. Number one, it would normally take just a certain amount of time to put stock parts back on. This is going to take a lot longer, probably double the amount of labor, because these are custom set up. We're going to have to set the ride height. It's not like you just bolt it on and get it off the lift. There's a lot more setup involved to it. We're also going to have to do an alignment. There's quite a lot more involved. We did let the customer know about that. He's totally fine with it. And the second catch, which I've had to do over the years, anything that's custom, aftermarket, modified, not stock, zero warranty offered by my shop. None. And the reason why is because I didn't supply these parts. If they fail and there's some sort of warranty that needs to be claimed with that company, they don't want to talk to me because I didn't even buy them. They want to talk to you, the buyer, which means you're going it alone. If there's a defect or something wrong, you will have to pay me a second time to take them off and replace them, and it'll be up to you to work that out with the supplier of the parts for getting reimbursed. But we don't offer a warranty here. We didn't supply the parts, and this is not stock. It's modified.
Come on, Wizard, can't you give him a little bit of a warranty?
No, I can't, because if something's design flaw or something with these causes damage to the vehicle, again, that wasn't my choice. I didn't choose the parts. Why would I be held liable? Especially if it's not a workmanship problem, it's a defect in the design of it. I can't be held liable for that. Here's another thing, guys. A strictly race shop that builds true to form race cars. How much warranty do you get there? Zero. None. That's the name of the game when you're doing modifications or you're changing from stock. It may work, it may not work. Again, we definitely let the customer know about that. It's going to take a little bit more time, and it's also going to be no warranty. The customer said, I already figured that when I brought it here. Why are you bringing that up? I was like, just letting you know, guy, just kind of putting that out there. But we've really never had any claims on modifications or lift kits or things like that, which really we don't get into that much. But usually the owners are pretty understanding that they're kind of going alone, taking their own path, putting their own aftermarket or modified parts on. It's kind of, if something happens, they're going to have to deal with it. So just putting that out there. Again, the customer is fully aware of this situation and they're totally cool with it. So here in a minute, I'll go get Junior Mint. He can continue on pulling the old suspension off. Again, there was nothing wrong with them. But this is a situation where I say, okay, here's the price, here it is, you want to do it, we're happy to help you out, we'll put the parts on, and Junior Mint will have it done here pretty soon. Let me grab one of the rear shocks and show you those just on the camera. They actually look different than the ones that are currently on there as well. They are Toy Techs also. So these are the Toy Tech MA235 2003R. We're going to replace those Bilsteins in there in the back with these upgraded Toy Techs. So this is kind of what they look like. You guys saw the Bilsteins when we did the inspection. This is what's going to be replacing the rear. I always know when a customer brings us a vehicle like this that they're truly, seriously a real off-roader. It's when I see they maintain the hell out of it. And when things even slightly go wrong or the slightest little thing is going, get in there and replace them. I don't care the cost. I don't want to be broke down on the trail. Now there are people that have off-road type style vehicles, they bring it in and you recommend services and they're like, no, decline, I don't want to spend any money on this. I just want it to look good. I know this guy is probably a serious off-roader. He does the real deal off-roading. I can tell. But I definitely wanted to get a video out to you guys to show you that there are situations where parts are replaced and a bill is paid and there's nothing wrong with the vehicle. Honestly, with the old parts that were on this, I wouldn't have any reason to say he shouldn't go on a trail somewhere. It was in good shape already, but we're spending money. And we're happy to do it because that's what the customer wants. It's their vehicle. If you're curious what kind of tools we're going to use to replace these parts and work on this 4Runner or any other car in the shop, check our Amazon affiliates link in the description below. A lot of the tools we use in the shop are listed for sale there, and we really use them every day. If you purchase any of them, we get a small cut and really appreciate it. Make sure to click that link to check out Mrs. Wizard's Part Works. Again, it ends on November 12th. You definitely want to get in on the game if you want some of those sweet art projects that she's made out of parts out of the shop, real parts. And make sure to hit the subscribe button because there's so many great videos to come. Thanks for watching.